like I said the other day on the desk, the wheel, it is a-turning, and this might just be Scylla's turn.
We'll see if Scylla can get themselves on top of that spoke. And to get themselves there, they're going to have to crush Fusion Girls on the opposite side of that wheel indeed. And the winner of this won't just be the champion of Australia and New Zealand, but of Southeast Asia as well. 60 teams it was in this tournament. A lot of time, a lot of matches, a lot of effort put in by every single team here. And now the final two in the final best of 5, starting things off on Numbani. So much on the line.
Yeah, well, last time I believe we actually saw these two teams meet on Numbani, and well, for those of you with crystal clear memories, though it was, of course, only just yesterday, that match went a certain way, and it was the way of Scylla getting first held. So let's see if they've been able to tap into whatever magic it was they had on Dorado yesterday. They want to prove that they can do it more than once.
The same offense again out of Fusion Girls. This is exactly how they approached the first checkpoint against Scylla. Last time, Sparky set up in the same position again. Looking for an opening here. Got to watch out for Huss though.
Yeah, let's hope they don't have any flashbacks here. But so far they're holding pretty nicely, fairly iron hard, getting some good ult charge. And actually Wuvo is leading his counterpart, I Eat You Up. It was the opposite last time. So Wuvo already just doing a little bit better, and this could well be a game of inches.
You've got to be careful as well. No Reinhardt on the side of Scylla. They can't afford to play the shield battle for that much longer.
Ooh, Kiki.
Fusion Girls looking for a pick.
Kiki barely gets out of that one. Huss actually getting a key one there, getting out that one out of the mech, but he gets picked off by the unmech'd project. So Scylla just sort of staying, staying a little bit ahead, and that's going to get jumped upon by Sparky. Good move there just to force Fusion Girls back a little bit, force them off that position. They will be able to regroup and come back, but that is Scylla earning a lot of time on this defense already.
Scylla didn't pressure too hard over there.
Oh, early open from I Eat You Up. He's trying to get Wuvo out, and it's going to be the nano boost coming in quite a lot later. Now Wuvo opens with his own, got the full nano visor, trying to get the block in there is Kiki, but he's too deep. He's going to get forced out of the mech, and Sparky the only one down just now. I Eat You Up has found another one in Flake, and now Spoon's asleep on the point, means that Fusion Girls should be able to establish themselves quite handily on this. And Wuvo, he's only one man with no plan, does not get the recap in, but a much tighter defense than last time we saw them here. Now the question is, can they defend further down the line?
And, you know, this was Fusion Girls' plan coming to fruition here. No shield on the side of Scylla Esports. All they had to do was get Project away from the fight and then eat up with the tac visor. Completely cleans up, no defenses whatsoever for Scylla to stop that.
Now Fusion Girls a little bit ahead in these ultimates, but Scylla will get a couple of their own up, notably the Whole Hog and Self-Destruct, same as what Fusion Girls have. Question is, can Scylla take a fight early enough to force a couple of these ultimates out so that they can find a much better position to make the stand?
Speaking of positioning, you know, Fusion Girls taking that early aggressive positioning just to feel like the Scylla defense prevent them from getting any sort of early fight, and getting some free push for the time being until Scylla decides to actually take a fight here. Both teams very, very patient, but Scylla eventually has to go for this.
Yeah, and it looks like they're sort of trying to go for it now. Nearly got the pick on Gunba there. They're gonna go ahead and throw in a self-destruct, yeah, and they get some mileage out of it. That's a good start. They're committing to this fight really nicely. Haven't drawn any ultimates out of Fusion Girls yet, though, even as they get the wipe. And it is a lot more than you normally get out of Fusion Girls, I will grant you. Normally they're very good at the retreat, but this time all but Kiki getting wiped. But now the ultimate advantage for Fusion Girls.
To be fair, you know, for one ultimate, I think that was a pretty successful fight for Scylla. Not only did they stabilize and are able to put themselves in a good defensive position of their choosing, I might add, but actually, as far as ultimate goes, they're actually not that far behind either. Now they can look at their very aggressive hold. Now Spoon's holding the whole hog, pushing everyone
He's really
back.
going for it. Huss is answering with his own, and no one's got anything from it just yet. Self-destruct. Oh, does not get anything. Kiki will get back into the mech. Gunba though, gets picked off. Wuvo, he had him in his sights fairly handily there, and just kind of forced them all back. Wuvo playing like a brand new man today. Now he's looking to get rid of Huss, and the rest of them trying to get the trades back. They were able to get a few crucial members, but I think without Huss there, Fusion Girls probably don't have much left to really get onto this one. Wuvo still with that high ground, now with an ultimate charged up again, and this time it's Scylla not only holding, but also getting an ultimate advantage.
Scylla are going to back off for a bit here, but they can't back off too much. Cart's not that far from the checkpoint. They have to be able to re-engage 3 ultimates to do that with Scylla. They got to be able to move in.
They gave themselves room, and now they're just not using it. I mean, I said successful because they got the members advantage. Yeah, there we go. Now they're committing. They're opening it up with the nanovisor. RQT already down and out for the count. Wuvo gets taken out, and I Eat You Up is going to eat the whole team up as he is just rolling through them all in the payload. It keeps them moving.
little bit of a couple mistakes coming out from Scylla as well. Weren't focusing on the actual objective payload itself. Got Sparky caught into a very difficult situation. As soon as Sparky was gone, Haas free hooks directly onto Wuvo. Wuvo had no opportunity to do anything right there. And, you know, it just comes down to once more, eat up, cleaning up house.
Yeah, and that's so often that happens. That was the first time we saw Wuvo not being the more patient of the two, and well, look at how that fight went. Now actually Scylla in an even tighter spot than before, looking to still kind of find their feet on this defense, going in very aggressively here as Spoons is looking for the hook, finds Huss, no kill Joe, never mind, they get it. The Earthshatter gets blocked out. That is a good one by Sparky. The anti-heal means Trill needs to back up. He is going to do so, and Gunba out means no topping up for those tanks. Fusion Girls slowly getting forced back here. Scylla need to be careful to not overextend, but so far this is successful by them.
They are kind of overextending here a little bit. I mean, players from Fusion Girls are now respawning. Sparky's still just in the front lines, now finally backing up. A good fight for Scylla, and the best part about it, they didn't have to really commit any ultimates. In fact, they didn't commit any ultimates. Sparky looked like he wanted to throw down the Earthshatter, but again, patient play out of Scylla means they will be able to hold on to those crucial ultimates, reset for another fight. They can do this still. 2 minutes 42.
Something we talked about Fusion Girls having yesterday, a lot of patience, and Scylla, they have learned from the best, and now they are displaying a similar amount of patience, but there's still 2.5 minutes here. Oh, but Huss, he gets hooked, he gets hooked up. It was the hook, the vowel sound, it threw me off, but now Wuvo uncontested on this high ground. IEUF does find Flake, but they're looking to get more in response. Still Wuvo, now in behind them, they're getting Kiki out of the mech, and now into the grave, as Fusion Girls again getting repelled, and again Scylla not using many ultimates for it.
Yeah, again, one tactical visor, didn't really get that much kills of it, but did force Fusion Girls back quite a bit. Bought themselves another 30, even 40 seconds maybe, but this is all time that's working in the favor of Scylla. Cast distance, it's not really moving up that fast. Scylla can pretty much afford to take 2 fights here, even on the defense, so they're into a good positioning with ultimate rotation. Gonna have to look for an Earthshatter.
Yeah, they're really just opening it out. Spoon's just gonna get right into the thick of it with this whole hog. Doesn't get any kills for it, but has bought some time, but now he's gonna be the re-engage out of Fusion Girls. Gunba low, but he does get the nano boost off just before he gets picked off. IEUF has found Saphira. They're starting to make it happen now. What else can they get? Spoon's right in a world of trouble. He is the next one to go down, and Fusion Girls able to back up from that whole hog, come back with the counter attack like they so often do, and this looks like it might be the payload rolling towards the end.
It's not that far left to go there. Scylla, they put a lot of attention on the tanks, but they completely forgot about Inga. Now Wuvo's down again. A card's still moving, and not a lot of opportunities. They Sparky's hold out for so long now.
Here they go, Sparky, and now with the nano boost, what Earthshatter can he find? Project does not have much charge to help with this defense. They might be able to get Trill here, though. That would be a good pick. Oh, no, it's Sparky who goes down, ends up too deep. That was the only ultimate they had, aside from this Graviton, which has only just come up, rather. IDU up, looking to get the flank position now, trying to stop Wuvo coming out of the base. Oh, but it's going to go back on to IEUF, who goes down. They get Gunba too. They are going to make it happen. Yeah, there's not quite enough damage on the side of Fusion Girls, even as they commit that nano boost. The second time, the only ultimate available for them there would have been that Earthshatter, but that means they're now even Stevens with Scylla, and actually it looks like Scylla might just be able to hold this.
Oh, Scylla, they just barely came